Hey there, comic fans. Michael here with Ground Zero. And since Dave's not doing the video, we get our Tuesday night special instead of the Wednesday morning video, talking about everything that is new and exciting in the world of comics. And the theme this week is What If Blank, but with superpowers. Starting right off the bat with a little bit more of a stretch for that theme, but bear with me, we'll get there, is the 5th issue of Marvel's new Alien ongoing series. Now, people that have talked to me might recognize that I haven't had the kindest things to say about this book thus far, but to be fair, I'm a pretty diehard Alien fan, so they really had to impress me with this one, and so far Sal LaRocca has not quite been doing what I feel like he should be on the art duties, but there's something a little bit special about this issue. And anybody that was an Alien fan back in circa 1992, 1993 might know what I'm talking about from this cover. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is the Kenner Toys King Alien design right there on the cover of a comic book in 2021. It's wild times, you guys. There's no rules anymore. Moving right along. What if the Bermuda Triangle had people with superpowers and lizard people and stuff running around in it? That is the premise behind this new book from John Layman of Chew fame, and Nick Bradshaw, who I was not super familiar with before this book. Apparently he did some Danger Girls and a few other odds and ends here and there, but boy am I familiar with him now. Flipping through this one, very impressed by the line work on these pages. Does a really great jungle setting with all these cool lizard people running around and stuff. Just on visuals alone, I was impressed by this one. Definitely worth a look if you're into that sort of thing. Boom's new title, Dark Blood, which is what if a black man in the 50s, but with superpowers. Spoilers, it's still not enough to get past all the racism. Very, very interesting book, very cool idea. A little bit hard to read in places, but then what book dealing with this subject matter isn't? And let's face it, these books are more important in these times that we're going through right now than they ever have been. Going kind of fast this week because there's a whole bunch of cool books to talk about. Not really fitting with the whole what if, I guess it's what if lizard, but with superpowers. Everybody knows how big of a Godzilla fan I am, and honestly, I feel like this book is kind of getting slept on a little bit by people. It's a fun, all-ages friendly Godzilla story with a whole bunch of different monsters in it. Very great cartoony art style. I have thoroughly enjoyed this book, and I've really enjoyed both, the regular A covers that are done by series artist Eric Burnham, but then also these cool photo variant covers, of which this is easily the best, with the 1999 really version of Godzilla from one of my favorite Godzilla movies, the first Japanese one that I ever got to see in the theater, Godzilla 2000. So I think it's neat. Then moving back to Image, we have Mom, that is M.O.M. standing for Mother of Madness. This is What If Mom, but with superpowers. Following on from the smash blockbuster success of Keanu Reeves' Berserker book over at Boom, Image decided they wanted a slice of that pie and got... and Emilia Clarke sat down and had lunch with Marguerite Bennett, and the result is this book with Emilia Clarke's name listed first. As to how much those writing duties were actually split, I'll let you guys, pontificate on that and decide for yourselves where you feel like those divisions lay. But hey, it's a story about a single mom dealing with balancing her superheroic life with her duties to her children, and honestly, that's not a terrible high concept for a book, not whatsoever. Following on with the what if blank but with superpowers trend, what if lunatic but with superpowers? For those of you who maybe have never picked up a Moon Knight book before but have heard, hey, Oscar Isaac's going to be playing him in the Disney Plus series? Who is this guy? Well, have no fear, or, have lots of fear, because that's kind of what he wants you to do. But the new series is designed as a fresh entry point. It kind of gives you all the expositionary backstory that you could need to make this a very easy first Moon Knight comic for you. He's a character with a sordid history, a lot of backstory, a lot of different creators have come along and put their stamp on him, but he's kind of been pretty interesting and underappreciated every single time. I have a feeling that the upcoming live-action series is going to kick butt. Oscar Isaac is a fantastic choice to play the character, and if you want to get a jump start on that, then this is absolutely a book you need to be picking up so that you are not left out in the cold whenever that does come to pass. I guess Nightwing's hot lately. Completely doesn't fit with my theme for this week, but I have no worries that we will sell out of this issue after the bombshell revelations from last issue, but I mostly just wanted to point out that we have the last issue again in this totally rad second printing cover that I think is very cool looking. So if you missed the shocking, gigantic revelation from the previous issue of Nightwing, you don't have to anymore. We've got copies again. Then wanted to give a shout out, as we have the past couple of weeks, and as we will continue to do so, to the ambitious anthology series coming out weekly from Image, Skybound X. If you don't like this book, you simply don't like fun, because the Rick Grimes 2000 is, as somebody who's not a particularly big Walking Dead fan, everything I could ever want a Walking Dead comic to be. It's silly and over the top, and I kind of love it. And there's other stuff in there too, but let's be honest, the Walking Dead story is the selling point. And lastest, but certainly not leastest, we have a new Grant Morrison book this week, and it is about as interesting of a high concept as we've seen from him in a while. Superman leading the Authority. Now they kind of were going to go with this pitch back in the New 52, reportedly, when they did their Stormwatch book and kind of brought them into the mainline DC continuity, but they chickened out at the last minute, made it John Jones instead, and kind of watered down the book a little bit, made it Stormwatch instead of the Authority, but this time they are going for it. They are all in. Clark Kent has stepped down from the mantle of Superman, passing it on to his son, and he is going to be working behind the scenes in the shadows, leading the, cutthroat Black Ops superheroes of the Authority, which just sounds very, very interesting. It's going to be kind of a fine needle to thread, staying true to Superman's character in a plot like that, but if anybody can do it, our boy Grant can. He certainly has the history with the character and all that kind of stuff. And that is honestly not all of the really cool stuff that's out this week, but that's about all I really have time to talk about. All this stuff will be on sale at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. We will see you then. Be good people.